allowed us to walk on the moon. Another looks at the craft that inspired Vermeer to paint The Lace Maker. Elsewhere, you'll meet the people who wrapped, and those who unwrapped, Egypt's mummies. Inventors and scientists who have spent their lives trying to make cloth from spider's silk, and those whose clothes failed them in the most extreme environments on Earth, with fatal consequences. It is a book written for the curious. I hope you enjoy it. I give you the end of a golden string. Only wind it into a ball. It will lead you in at heaven's gate. William Blake, Jerusalem, 1815. Introduction. Threads and the Body. The threads the fates spin are so unchangeable that even if they decreed to someone a kingdom which at the moment belonged to another, and even if that other slew the man of destiny, to save himself from ever being deprived by him of his throne, nevertheless, the dead man would come to life again in order to fulfill the decree of the fates. Flavius Philostratus, Life of Apollonius Tiana, 3rd century A.D. The ancient Greeks believed human destiny was controlled by the fates, 3 mythological sisters who visited every child soon after birth. Clotho, the most powerful, would take her spindle and spin the thread of their life. Lachesis carefully measured its length, and then Atropos would sever it, determining the exact moment of death. No human or god had the power to change their decisions once made. The Romans named their trio the Parcae, and the Norse had the Norns. This ancient story still echoes through the way we think about ourselves and our society. When we talk of lives hanging by a thread, being interwoven, or being part of the social fabric, or if we want to help someone in danger of unravelling, or being torn away from their friends or family, we are part of a tradition that stretches back many thousands of years. Fabric and its component parts have long been a figurative stand-in for the very stuff of human life. In many ways, this is only natural. The production of cloth and clothing has always been of great importance to the global economy and its cultures. Cloth gave humanity the ability to choose their own destiny. It's believed that prehistoric cloth-making in temperate regions consumed more working hours than the making of pottery and food production combined. In ancient Egypt, linen was revered. Not only did it form part of most people's everyday experience, it was, after all, the most common textile used for clothing, and many people would be involved in farming and making it. It also held profound religious significance. So much so, in fact, that the very act of mummification and the wrapping of the body with specially prepared cloths, as well as those that had been passed down through generations, transfigured ordinary human remains into something divine. Our cavalier attitude to cloth today would be anathema to our ancestors. Textiles have allowed humans the ability to live in and travel through a plethora of regions that might otherwise have proved too cold to be hospitable. Rich silks and warm woolen cloths, bartered through trade networks such as the Silk Roads, facilitated cross-cultural exchanges of ideas, craft techniques, and people. The dexterous finger-plied work of producing thread and cloth was the daily experience of countless individuals. It has been estimated, for example, that over 1 million women and children were employed in spinning in England alone by the mid-18th century. On the eve of the Industrial Revolution, the income they earned might represent 1/3 of a poorer household's income. This great economic shift, which in today's collective imagination is so closely bound up with steel and coal, was in fact largely powered by textiles, and of one kind in particular. "Whoever says Industrial Revolution," wrote Eric Hobsbawm in Industry and Empire, says cotton. This crop, and the textiles made from it, was arguably the first global commodity. Well, we know.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.